Hey, g'day big bikers. Well, yes, it is a ride day today, and taking 701 out, meeting up with Neil. The irony is of the start location, if you've been watching the channel right from the start, probably most of you are bored and died by now, but this is where, in fact, this exact spot where Neil and I went for our first ride into the desert. I was on the red cross tourer, he was on his GSA, and we met here and we decided this was the start point for our first big bike adventure out into the desert. And we went out from here out to St George and then Nakundra and then out around through. We couldn't get to Birdsville that year for some reason. We ended up going down to Cameron Corner and then back through to here. So I'll put a link to that video in there. That was that was actually my first time out in the outback on the cross tourer and the start of big bike adventures. So just waiting for him to turn up near the highway, obviously you can see and hear. So to get here is about an hour slabbing it, so I came in through the tunnel and just out onto the motorway. Now I'm just waiting for Neil to turn up. The weather's looking a little bit suspect, but you know, we should be right. There's no forecast for heavy rain, so we'll probably just be riding through a few sprinkles. Where we're riding today is through the back of Gatton up into can't remember the name of the national park, up into one of the national parks. We're going to kind of head a little bit northwest from there and see where we end up tonight. We've got no accommodation booked anywhere. We don't have any camping gear. We're just going to play it by ear and see how far we get, and then we'll come back a different route tomorrow. That's new.
Yeah.
How you doing, mate?
Don't want to get caught in the dark again.
Had to do that thing you do with European bikes and just stop and change all the settings. How are those tyres going?
Oh, I got a little air out of them.
Yeah. Yep. Hitting some of those rocks pretty hard.
Yeah, there's some big rocks. They've been kicked up by the four-wheel drives or whatever.
Yeah. This is where John busted his ribs, came around here in muddy section there and Owen Road. So we're at the back of Crow's Nest. We're kind of between Crow's Nest and Toogoolawah. Just waiting for Neil to arrive. Make sure he gets the intersection. Weather's kind of scattered showers, which is nice because it's just keeping the surface a little bit more compact and less dust, which is great. Very hard keeping the throttle under control, particularly after watching Dakar all week. And if you've been paying attention, well, by the time this video comes out, the Dakar will have well and truly be won. Let's just fingers crossed that it's Toby Price. Here comes Neil. It's KTM790. Alright. So we arrived at Toogoolawah. It's pretty uneventful. Nice little ride. It was good to get a little bit of the water coming through, a little bit of the rain. Not enough to make us wet, but just enough to settle the dust, hey mate? I can barely see you in your camouflage top there.
Yeah.
You just kind of blend into the background.
It's just painful because it's dusty, but the rain on the visor.
Yeah. Well, it's the bike get a wash. Settle the dust. Linville Hotel. Quick refreshment. And back on the road.
This will probably be as slippery as Orpha.
Yeah, I'll let you go first then.
Stay in the middle.
Yeah, well no, the wheel track. Yeah. Sitting at the Linville Hotel, we pulled the maps out and had a bit of a look at where we'd like to try and get to. You see on the left hand side of the map there's the East Nanango State Forest. We thought we'd try and connect up some of those routes and duck in through the back of that way, but unfortunately none of them went through to the destination, and we had to then head back onto the western branch, which is basically follows the Brisbane River up, and there's something like 39 river crossings. Most of them were dry. So overnight in Nanango, yeah, both bikes are together, but Neil's in that room down there. It's not what you think, guys. So the bike's going well. It's looking a little bit cloudy. We may get a little bit of rain today. We're going to try and link up some tracks up around the back of Gympie and then come back down through the Mergen-Chimna Road, or in that vicinity through the back of, I don't know, end up at Kilcoy, I think. It's probably the target, and come back down in that way. Anyway, that's the plan. Keep trucking. So this morning we were trying to get through from Nanango over to Kandanga, up over through Ratton's forest, but unfortunately a lot of the tracks that we came across or were looking for weren't actually there. Have a look at this. What are you thinking?
I was just looking on Google Maps to see
Yeah.
if there's even a road.
Not even a road?
It is, but it's over there.
Right.
So we're probably close.
Yep, alright.
Well, that ended quickly.
Well, I just wondered if we missed it though, because I'm just looking at the map. We were heading off to the right of the track on the map.
Yeah, it's probably over the other side of that fence, isn't it?
Maybe. Yeah, it's almost like we've turned off it.
Yeah, because it just definitely doesn't look like a road.
No. Where's my... Oh, turn the ignition off. Basically following the tracks of a piece of farm equipment, and I've lost it. There's some kind of wild rock garden. I don't even think cows have been through here. I think it's a wallaby track I'm following. Still kind of on the track though. Oh, I kneeled down. Yeah.
That's what the problem is.
Yep. Just spat you sideways.
Yeah. Oh, I just lost balance.
Alright, how do you want to do it?
Pick it up, I guess.
Do you want to rotate it anywhere, or?
Just pick it straight up, ready?
1, 2, 3.
Oh.
I got it.
You got it?
Yep.
That petrol pissing out.
Alright, head back, eh? Well, I don't think it's going to turn into anything.
I got it.
Alright. You just follow me back out.
Oh, put a spot. Oh, we're actually on a road.
Yeah.
My Garmin says we're on a road.
Yep. Yep.
But I don't think there's a road here.
I don't think there's a road here. Hang on, let me just check. Nah, definitely not a road. You alright? No damage to you?
Nah, I'm all good.
Right. A little bit of hope. But, nah. Completely that. There's a spider on my bike. You don't want to come home. I think Miss Buttons wants you anywhere near her. Now, to be fair, there was a 90% chance that was always going to end like that anyway.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, at least we know.
Yep.
Now we know for sure that
Scratch that one off.
it's like there's a big red X on the map there. So, oh well, we'll go back up this western one, right?
Yeah. That's our only alternative now. Always risky doing that. Good. Yeah, you can't get through that way. Well, you can, but it closes right in.
Yeah.
Gets very overgrown. Yeah, you don't want to scratch your paint.
Exactly. Which way are you trying to get to?
Oh, we're going to end up at heading down the Jimna Road to Kilcoy.
Seven hours driving on the highway. Far away, far away, far away. Every moment I was spending on regrets was such a waste, such a waste, such a waste. Looking on the city lights, flashing bright in my eyes. Look up to the sky and I got this relief inside. Then there's no need to hide. I'm going all the way up, up. I'm going all the way up, up. I'm letting go in my heart, heart, of everything that holds me down, no, no. And it's feeling like I'm in love. I can feel the love, oh yeah, it's all around me. Oh, I need to know how I can.
Alright, mate. See ya.
Yeah. Oh, whenever you're in town, man, we go have lunch or whatever. I'm always.
Well, you're the one that comes to town. I live there.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
7 hours driving on the highway. Far away, far away, far away. Every moment I was spending on regrets Well, set your waist, set your waist, set your waist.